This episode is brought to you by Nordstrom. For 125 years, Nordstrom has been part of your story. The stylist who found the perfect outfit for your big interview. The first pair of walking shoes for your 1-year-old. The tomato soup you shared with your sister at the cafe. These are the moments that make Nordstrom, Nordstrom. Big or small, we're here for all of it. Celebrating 125 years with new moments still ahead. Discover it all in Nordstrom stores and at Nordstrom.com.
Low energy, unfocused, foggy? You might be dehydrated. Whether it's hot yoga, over 100-degree weather, or too much sun. Gatorlight, with a specialized blend of 5 electrolytes, was scientifically designed to help move fluids into the body faster for rapid rehydration. Shop now at retailers nationwide. Gatorlight hydrates faster than water. Is it in you? Symptoms noted are signs of mild to moderate dehydration. Consult a healthcare professional if symptoms persist.
This episode is brought to you by PayPal. You had plans for the last days of summer. And back-to-school shopping has its own plans. School supplies, dorm essentials, your list doesn't stop. Neither does the spending. But when you pay in 4 with PayPal, you can pay over time. No interest, no fees. Check out with PayPal and get back to summer. Subject to approval. Learn more at paypal.com/payin4. PayPal Inc. NMLS 910457.
Coach Unplugged is brought to you by great people over at teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. Here is your host, Steve Collins.
Hey everybody, happy Tuesday, episode 583 of Coach Unplugged. Before we get started on part 2 of our office hours here, I'd like to give a big shout out to our sponsors up at Dr. Dish. They are still producing. They're still helping people get the shooting machine. So give them a call. Mention Coach Unplugged. They'll give you $350 off. Hopefully everyone is staying safe out there. And then go over and check out teachhoops.com. Like I said yesterday, every night this week at 8 o'clock Central, we're doing different calls. We're doing different topics that we're talking about. So yesterday, and I've taped all of these, but yesterday we talked about. Sunday we talked about doing. We talked about coaching calls. We talked about office hours and things that we wanted to do in office hours. And then yesterday we talked about kind of how the COVID-19 has affected us in the off season. And then Tuesday we're talking about season evaluation and scouting, which is tonight. Wednesday, we're talking about building a basketball program. Thursday, we're talking about practice planning. And Friday, we're doing open discussion. So thinking of joining. Free trial is still here for 2 weeks, and then it's going away. I'm doing that for a couple reasons, and one of them has to do with our credit card processing thing, and so it just makes it easier if we get rid of it. So come over and join us. If you're thinking of joining, this is a great time to do it. I know a lot of people are stuck at home. We're going to do a lot of more calls, a lot of one-on-one calls. A lot more communication with our teachhoops.com members because we're stuck at home. So come over and join us. Become a teachhoops.com member. All right, let's head off to part 2 of our office hours, and so you can kind of see what teachhoops.com is all about.
I could see that. I definitely could see that.
I said you could have sold used cars in another life.
I think, Chris, if you have numbers, I just think the key thing is to get them fundamentally sound and excited about the game.
Yeah.
Because whatever you guys decide to do offensively, defensively, all that stuff, it doesn't really matter. If they have the core concepts and they love the game of basketball, and you create a culture.
And that's where the high school coach can really come into play in the sense that, and I've seen in our girls program, he can vouch that our girls program was where we were, and they've one of the top.
They're really good.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the reason Marcus has done that is, he lets the girls come in the locker room. He introduces them at halftime of the varsity. He makes like that varsity thing. That's where the little girls want to go.
Yeah, they did that once this year.
Yeah.
So
they got to do as many different – that's where you got to try to get the high school coach to get on board and say, hey, if you want to win, here's how we can do this. We'll set it up. You just got to tell us, let's do this, let's do that, let's do that. And I've told Jake this. I've said it on podcasts. The street cred for a girl basketball player is not the same as the street cred for a boys basketball player.
Absolutely.
There's no playground cred to be a girls basketball player when you're – now it's getting better than it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's not – if you're a third grader and you can hoop, you got cred. Girls is not necessarily the case. It's getting better. It's better than it was 20 years ago, and
another thing too with girls, and I coach girls soccer, Chris, and I started with like the age level you're talking about, 4th and 5th grade. Girls listen better than boys. Mm-hmm. And so if you can build fundamentals now, they're so much fun to coach.
Yeah,
so I really think that you're in a good position. I think you go have fun with it. You got it. That varsity coach has got to give you those missing pieces. But if you have numbers and girls want to listen and have fun, sooner or later, all the success will take care of itself.
And the key is getting good youth coaches. I'm telling you. Like, I always go into my youth meeting, one of my youth meetings, and say, you better not be this kid's last coach. I don't want you to be – I might be, but I don't want you.
Now, I'll tell you, we had and I don't want to – if Jason has questions, I don't want to
keep going, guys. Keep going.
Okay. Okay. I wanted to ask you about that, actually. What we're seeing, and tell you the truth, I hadn't head coach. I was an assistant coach for my daughter's team last year. Now, I wasn't going to. I was going to be assistant again. They didn't have enough volunteers. I'm like, you know what? Last second, I did it. So what I found was that I just forgot how much I loved being in the gym. Like, honestly, I loved basketball growing up. And I just kind of forgot about it for whatever reason. So, but what's happened is, obviously, what we're seeing, and this is where things are a little tough, I think, for us, is that they have, during the season, obviously not every coach is created equal.
Right.
And who volunteers, which I'll never say a volunteer is bad in any way, because they volunteered. They needed people, they volunteered.
Right.
Where my issue, especially with the younger kids, and I think this is probably should be the case all the time, but gym space is an issue, is, I mean, ideally I feel we should take it out partially, at least with the skills work once a week, even during the season. Even during the season.
Go do your homework.
Yeah, work on your number bonds. Get out of here. You're working on our basketball. We're got basketball basics once a day in our schedule. So.
Oh, nice. There you go. That's good. But what I was saying was, like, again, like, I know of one team this year, the coach wasn't that great. Again, he volunteered. I can't say anything bad about him.
Right.
But I also know those kids didn't learn anything, and I had people tell me that, and I feel bad for the girls. Because, again, like you said, and I saw that, I think, because I did the USA basketball thing.
Yep.
I signed up for it, and that was, Steve, is because of one of your podcasts with the guy that runs it.
Showalter. No, is it Showalter? No, Don?
It might be Showalter.
Yeah, yes, that was it.
It's Don, yeah.
And that was great. I loved it. I think all the coaches should have that in town. I think it's awesome how they've set that up. Where was my train of thought going? But
so the question is, this is where you get the high school coach involved. Like we don't, for our non-travel teams, for our school teams, we actually help pick the teams.
Yeah.
I want to take the parents out of the equation a little bit, just because I think it's healthier for everybody involved. Otherwise, it becomes like a little league-ish, where
it's just
all the pitchers in the same team kind of thing. That makes it hard. You're probably not maybe at that stage yet to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But I think this is where if you spell out what a practice should look like and you spell out other things.
Yeah, I get you. That makes sense.
Here's your practice.
Yeah.
Here's what you should do. Here's what games you should play. Yeah. Here's that's where the high school coach can come into play, because what they specifically want.
I got you.
Well, that's a great point too. But like, we also have this discussion. There's so many drills out there. Like, choose 4 or 5 of the best drills for each concept and say, this is what we're going to do. I'm right now, I just took a new job in the soccer world. I'm what's called a youth academy director in our local club here. And so, like, I've looked at all my players, all my coaches' practice plans. I said, well, we need to be more structured, same this way. These are the things that I need. So, like, I think that you guys have to come up with, what does our practice look like? Do we always start with ball handling? What kind of ball handling drills do we do? How are we going to master shooting? How are we going to master passing? Because then you spend less time teaching the drill and more time doing things that you can develop the IQ piece.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe you want to work on the left hand. Here's 5 drills that work on dribbling with the left hand. I'm just picking something out of my head. And then you vary them, because you don't want to do the same drill every day because they get bored. So here's 5 that you want to do, and then pick one and then go through that one, do the next one, and then you just vary it. And then, if you pick 5 and you just recycle those 5.
It's like creating a menu. You want to create a menu and then have those coaches pick them every single. And I think with the basketball world out there and with us, we can help you, give you some drills, but you could literally construct your own menu. And then you would be able to have consistency and guarantee that every girl in that program is hitting all the key things that they need to learn at
right. And that's where the high school coach comes in. It's like maybe they need to work on, not at 3rd grade, but maybe we're talking about middle school. Maybe they need to work on a type of screen or a type of slip or type of shots. Maybe maybe they need to be able to hit an elbow shot, or I don't know, or something close to the basket. So that's where I think the high school coach can help. The problem is there's so many drills out there. You can't do all that.
Yeah, I know.
You got to take all the noise and you got to narrow it down to here's what we need to do. And that's where the high school coach, I think, can help with that. If you go and say, I need help. I want them to become better dribblers. Can you help me? And then he or she, I don't know if it's a he or she, but they might be able to even get in the gym in the summer if they have their guys or gals and be able to film some stuff for you or do it just to show them what they specifically need.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, no, that's great. That's great advice. I like that. Yeah, because my first thinking was, okay, we'll still hold the skills thing during the week, but there's not enough courts, I think, to handle all that court time at least.
Right.
To do that for all the leagues. But at least if we could handle it for the spring, the summer, and the fall, and then turn it over to the coaches for the season, and then obviously,
right. And then if you've worked on those skill sets, then those coaches don't have to work as much on that. So it's not, that variation won't be as big. And
okay, great.
Then you said you got a lot of other dads or other people that are involved. Start to delegate. Here are the concepts. All right, I'm going to focus on these are the best shooting drills. I want you to focus on passing, or what people are really good at. Like me and Steve always talk about what are our strengths and weaknesses as a coach. I can tell you, I could write a whole book on finishing. I love finishing around the rim. I could do 100 different drills. That's my big thing. And Steve's got obviously more different strengths about different things as well. So if you can build on what the other coaches' strengths are, you can really choose a menu of really good stuff. And then it's not all on your shoulders either, Chris. And then what the other thing in the leadership world is, programs are more successful when they're co-constructed by the community. So if you're all got your hands into it and everybody's co-constructing it together, you're going to have more the longevity in the long run. Because once you walk away, who's going to do it? It's got to be, you got to constantly keep funneling those people.
Right.
And I think there's people that want to do it. I think that what we're running into is we're running into some egos, unfortunately, which I think is always a thing. I know. But I think that we could put it together. But I'm trying to, and that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get people together. I'm like, let's sit down, let's talk about this. And they're like, and they're all kind of being a little shifty in regards to, hey, I got this idea, blah, 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 which is fine. And, and I told them, I'm like, listen, you could take the credit. I don't care. You could run the damn thing. I don't care. But let's work together to get this together so it works properly.
Right.
It's
a machine that my youth program will run when I leave. I know that. It's perfect. That's all I want. I want the machine to keep running once it's gone.
Can I ask you one question, Chris? And I'm going to give my take on everything regards to this. And Steve has said it over and over. And the white elephant in the room kind of is how is the high school program right now, and how well is that high school coach doing right now within the program for the girls?
He's new. I don't know much about it. This is, again, my first year kind of watching. Hey,
everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. I would ask that you stop running. You call home. You go, honey, I need to join teachhoops.com. I need to become a better basketball coach. This Coach Collins knows what he's talking about. He's experienced it all. He can help me take my coaching game to the next level. I hope I can. I think I can. Go over and check it out. Subscribe and like. Make sure you go over also and check our YouTube channel out. Teach Hoops on YouTube. Hundreds of videos, thousands of videos. I think we're over thousands of videos now. Go over and check that out. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you're going to do any shopping tonight, click on our Amazon link down below and then go shopping. You won't even notice it. It doesn't cost you anything, and we get a small little affiliate. Helps us with our hosting fees. Talk to you soon.
A rougher year. I know they lost one of their better players to a private school. So that was kind of their real scorer. But anyway, it's good. The girls were good, but it's just looking back, I guess they got some
decent year. Were they above 500? Did they have some success?
They're around 500, I would say.
So, in my opinion, then your program is only going to be successful once that varsity coach gives it a little sense of leadership, and that's the reality of it all. You're not going to get rid of egos unless that person steps up to the plate and says, "This is what I want." Okay, and it's how it is. And then sooner or later, then you can take control of it. But literally everybody else is going to have their ego till in a community. I don't know how big your community, I don't care what community you are. It's what Steve Collins has said in the past. This is how I want things done at Madison Memorial, or myself, Jake Stager at Mayville High School. This is what I want, and everybody follows it. That varsity coach needs to step up, and you need to have some honest conversation with them. He needs to put on his big boy pants and say, "Hey, this is what I want," and to move forward. I mean, really.
Wow.
I'm not going to
half of this because I had to go get some coffee.
He said 100 times today. He's like, "We got to keep asking the varsity coach what they want." No, the varsity coach needs to tell it what they want, and let's move forward. If he really wants to be successful, or guess what? He's going to get run out of town sooner or later. That's the reality.
It's the reason. So here's the issue. Here's the issue too, Chris. Is our tournament? We only made it to the Elite Eight, and then they called the tournament off. These communities were really hurting. Yeah, because they're all playing in late March because they've been doing that stuff since they were in 4th grade. That's why it's hurting so much. It's not like they just threw all these kids together and all of a sudden they became good.
Exactly.
So I think it's not like a college team where they're only some of these kids have been and it ended like that. That's the problem. Yeah. That's why these communities are really hurting.
I just feel horrible.
Yeah. I mean, I feel horrible for them. Yeah. But I think that's the issue is there has to be buy-in. And I think what Jake was saying, I only heard half of it because I had to go fill my coffee up. But is I think that someone needs to be the top dog.
Yeah.
Someone needs to run the ship. There can only be one captain. Now, maybe it's someone that runs the youth program.
Yeah.
And it's not the high school coach, whatever. I mean, but the buck's got to stop somewhere, I think. Okay.
Yeah. It makes sense.
And that's where you got to talk to the high school coach. It's it shouldn't be the high school coach. I have my AD and we hire somebody, former UW Badger player, blah, blah, blah. He runs it. And my AD, that's president.
Okay. So you guys run it through the high school.
We do. We have a board. The girls coach is on the board. I'm on the board. We've got a couple of parents on the board. We have our AD on the board, and we have a non-parent, non-whatever running it. Both his boys are in.
Oh wow! Okay, jobs. Interesting.
So, and we run it through a 501c. It's a whole tax-free thing.
Yeah.
Because we're an urban school, so we have kids that can't afford. We have all sorts of other issues. We got to write grants. We got to do stuff like that. So, but I go to the board meetings 4 times a year and say what I think and eat the nachos that they buy me. And
we have no idea who's on the board. I don't even know who's on the board.
Right. So I think that's
it's not on the website.
Right. I don't know. Who's on the board? Who's making the decisions? Because all the work's not going to pay off unless there is there's some laws.
And that's why I want to almost go in with a proposal, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, that I just want to be organized, have people on board and say, hey, this is what I think we should be doing. And I like your, again, the high school coach is on board and being able to say that and have that person advocate for the program.
Okay.
And what we're thinking.
I put that on my list. I will email my AD or text my AD and ask him for our bylaws and all that kind of stuff that we set up. We have an annual meeting because if you run a 501c, you have to have an annual meeting, all that kind of stuff, whatever it's called. So we have all that stuff, all the bylaws, how people are voted in, how people are voted out. The head girls and head boys coach are automatically on the board. So I haven't run for it. I'd be okay if I wasn't on it. Yeah. But okay. So I'll do that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep. All right, Jason, what else? Do you have a youth program where you are?
No, but I felt like the whole segment was you were talking to me, the varsity girls coach. So
it was good. You gonna put your big boy pants on or what?
I know.
That's what
Jason from Brantford, Connecticut. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's funny too because I talked about outreach to like our elementary and junior high schools, and our ADs like hands off, like you can't go talk to them. I'm like, okay, well, I'll play hands off. I mean, I don't know. I think that came down from the principal. I think there was prior regimes that had done some recruiting for like in our district. There are 4 high schools, so you can transfer. And I don't know if shenanigans were happening must have been before I came in. So
right.
Our
so that might be it too. I'm guessing it's different everywhere.
Yeah. But no, I like the idea of meeting up. I thought about doing like a coaches clinic with, local youth teams just to see what's out there. Who are these coaches that are coaching these feeder schools and what have you?
Right.
Because it is all about.
There's a place now. That's a place you can make it free. Like
which part?
You could have like a coaches clinic and make it free. People will come. The coaches will come to that.
For sure.
Yeah, that's a little different than the mom not, gonna make dinner rather than bring them to the, thing. That works. I've done that. I've done all sorts of free stuff like that.
I've done a clinic too, Jason, and I even invited the parochial schools that feed into the high school that I went to. Like sometimes those schools are kind of left out a little bit and kind of a sour taste. So I don't know how big your community is. So like I would invite all the Lutheran school coaches, and I would invite anybody in regards to community.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, no, sounds good.
And the thing is, here's the funny part is, especially if there's 4 high schools, invite the other 3 coaches. Doesn't matter. I mean, yeah. Right. I mean, come on. The 4 of us will run this. We'll all sell stuff, and here's what we like, and blah blah blah. Let all the coaches, the youth coaches will come. They'll all come. It'll be. I mean, it's about teaching the game at that point. So, that's a great thing. The Saturday morning thing, I as a head high school coach, especially taking over a program, I would definitely try to do something like that, where the little guys can look up to the big guys, the little girls can look up to the big girls. That pays as much as any of this other stuff we talked about. I'm telling you, because then they'll ask mom and dad to go to the games. They'll ask, they'll start following. Social media, they'll follow them on Instagram or whatever, look at them. So it's role models. You want role models. And that the sooner you can get that, the better off you'll be, I think.
So you're saying that was more of like a weekly Saturday thing?
Yep. We did it during the season when I was young and had more energy. Yeah. We do a post or pre-practice. I think we did it.
Yeah, you just provide donuts for your girls to stay and some OJ, and there you go.
Yep. And then they run a little station. Right. The girls are there, and you can do it. It's not against any.
True story. That was the reason. That was the reason I got into coaching, was Saturday morning basketball and helping all I can. That was my passion. I learned on to be a teacher and a coach from helping my high school coach at that point. I'm like, this is cool. This is what I want to do the rest of life. You might get more girls that want to help out in your program or help coach a team and all that stuff. Like it's only gonna create benefits in your program. It's not gonna hinder anything.
Right. And the thing is, it's legal. It's not like, I don't know what your state rules are as far as contact, but it's basically, you can count it as part of your practice if you need to. You can have contact during the season with your players. So you're not breaking any rules. I'll check that. I don't know the rules for all 50 states, but I know in our state that's legal.
All right. Yeah, I may have some restrictions. I remember AD mentioning no contact until those 8th graders graduate. That may have been his own personal.
It might be, because it's weird, because I can have contact. I can literally have contact with any one of. I could coach, like coach my son when he's coming up and he just graduated, or he's a senior. So I can coach anybody until they literally walk into the high school as a freshman. Like I could coach them all summer of their 8th grade year, and it's legal. But as soon as they walk in, then poof. I fall under our state association, and then there's all sorts of rules. So every state has different rules with that, but during season, I can coach my guys as much as I want during the season, as long as I give them a day's rest.
I definitely like that, having the players put on our shoes for a little bit.
They not do it in the summer. Like I use my guys. I don't know. I'm not sure summer camp's going to happen this summer, but my guys work my camp. Like they come in June, end of June, and their work, then all the kids see them. It's great. I mean, I used to think that we got more out of it as far as what we do kind of stuff. We don't get much out of that. What do you think, Jake? I always used to think, we'll try running our offense at camp.
No, seriously, summer's so useless for high school basketball. The best thing is for them to skill development. But, yeah, that's a whole nother topic.
That is. We could do a podcast on that, Jake.
We've done a podcast on that like 3 times.
It's so bad. Especially when the weather gets warm. It's like, they'd rather go hang out at the pool. Yeah. Won't blame them.
Yeah, they hate us.
They do. All right. What else, guys? Anything else? I'm going to go eat lunch. What time is it?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm good. Yeah, I'm back on the clock in a little bit.
That's all right. Jake and I are coming back on at 9:00 if you think of anything else tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, thanks, guys. Yep. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Thanks.
We'll do it again.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Hey, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. I would ask that you stop running. You call home. You go, honey, I need to join teachhoops.com. I need to become a better basketball coach. This Coach Collins knows what he's talking about. He's experienced it all. He can help me take my coaching game to the next level. I hope I can. I think I can. Go over and check it out. Subscribe and like. Make sure you go over also and check our YouTube channel out. Teach Hoops on YouTube. Hundreds of videos, thousands of videos. I think we're over thousands of videos now. Go over and check that out. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you're going to do any shopping tonight, click on our Amazon link down below and then go shopping. You won't even notice it. It doesn't cost you anything, and we get a small little affiliate. Helps us with our hosting fees. Talk to you soon.
Booking.com is the easiest way. From a day surrounded by noise to a stay surrounded by nature. That's nice. Go on, book it. It's easy. Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
I don't think I can be your friend, Isabella said. Rebecca's stomach flipped. This is the love story of real Hinge couple Isabella and Rebecca, written and read by me, Tembi Denton-Hurst. Listen to the free audiobook now.